Ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome into To Your Points, episode number 14. I am Chris Phillips. He is Blake Ruffino. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. We've got a jam-packed show, lot to get into, lot to discuss here on this Wednesday, August the 6th, 2025. Guys, again, we appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in as always. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn notifications, check us out via podcast, or we get your podcast. You can also find us across all social media platforms, as well as our website, secunfiltered.com. And as always, we are powered by our friends over at FanDuel. Visit FanDuel.com/SECU to join today to get started with $250 in bonus bets when you win your first $5 bet. Once again, that's FanDuel.com/SECU to get $250 in bonus bets today. Guys, once again, this is To Your Point, episode number 14, the show that brings it to you from all angles, and we just find a way on a weekly basis to go viral, whether it be sports-related, not sports-related, everything in between. You've probably seen my face and or Blake Ruffino's face a time or two. Blake, what's going on, man? Appreciate you taking the time. Excited to chat with you. Got a lot of random shit I'm going to throw at you today. And by the way, welcome to the FanDuel family, brother. Welcome. Let's go. How about Believe, our friends over, which is the exact same network we're on, but we had the FanDuel stuff already squared away earlier in the year. I've been waiting on you to play catch up, man. So happy for you. Happy for Believe. Obviously happy what it means for you and everybody else in the network, man. What's up?
You can go to FanDuel.com, Garrett Nussmeier and Arch Manning plus 900. If you need some assistance, you can call 1-800-GAMBLER or go over to FanDuel/RG. That's FanDuel.com/RG. Must be 21 years older to place that bet inside the present state, or if you're inside D.C., Kentucky, or West Virginia, you can be 18 years or older. You think I've read that? I've read that
about
promo
1,000 times,
twice?
right? About 1,000 times, yeah.
It is good to be over at FanDuel. A lot more easier to access for the AYS fan base. Look, I mean, listen, Chris, you get to a place and you do this full time, and then I think it's just more of them, because they only selected a handful of shows. We were the first one that they selected, us and Ruffino and Joe shows. So I greatly appreciate having those conversations with them. And it kind of gets to a point where we're the number one sports book in the country.
Yeah.
And we talk sports. So why not a better odds to do that? But 1-800-GAMBLER if you do have an issue. But if you do follow AYS picks, maybe you do not need that because you're winning so damn much.
Yeah, depending on what you're betting on, you might have an issue, right?
I tell people to stay away from basketball, but they don't listen to me. Hold on to your money.
I mean, listen.
That's where FanDuel really makes their money.
Once the ball, well, yeah, it's because it's. I mean, I think gambling wise, like the books are sharp. They very obviously are.
Mm-hmm.
You can really make some money on college football, though. I think if you really know what you're doing and you follow it closely, and you know what I mean. Like, I mean, we're not perfect by any means. Certainly, I'm not. But I think if you follow it closely enough, you can live in that 65% range, 60 to 65%, which is
2% last year.
Right, exactly, which is elite. I mean, you'd be considered an elite gambler.
Mm-hmm.
If you're above 65%, you are Hall of Fame status type of gambler. So, but you're right.
Best year ever.
Dude, what I will not bet on, or I won't say will not, but I don't really love betting on NFL because it's just every game is down to the wire. Like, they're just so good with the spreads. Like, the numbers are all just within a point and a half a point. And then you're right, college basketball, not the problem, but just the reality of college basketball, Blake, the bet doesn't even start until there's 8 minutes left in the second half. Like, the first half means nothing. Because it can change so fast. Teams go on runs, whatever. So, but anyways, I'm happy. I didn't realize. I thought it was for the whole Believe network. That's even better. They picked you.
No, not just just a select few of shows, and so good to be partnered with them. Good to be there. We'll be here this entire football season and anticipating another massive season considering how the practice reports have going to be the biggest really 3 weeks in AYS history considering how that thing's going. So off and running, off and ready to go. So football's here, man. We only got I mean, really and truthfully, you got less than 20 days before we really kind of start getting going. Because I don't know why people discredit week 0, but nevertheless, we are here. We're less than 20 days away, man.
Some pretty big voices out there discrediting week 0, by the way.
Yeah, I also have seen some pretty big voices out there saying that Missouri would win the ACC. I think we're getting into that time of year where I start getting really pissed off because we get to a place where Missouri would not win the ACC. Or let me say it like this. They wouldn't be favored to win the ACC. Maybe a call was placed to our good friends over at FanDuel, speaking of FanDuel, and they laugh at you when you ask that question. Where would they be? Chris, they wouldn't be above Miami. They almost would be about even with Louisville, who's around plus 1,100 to win the ACC. So you get to a situation where, discredit week 0 all you want to, okay? But you complain and do a countdown all year only to talk shit about real football being played. Don't come at me like that.
I will say you can tell, Blake, and no knock on anybody, but you can just tell who has exhausted a lot of their highest quality football takes already and who is like kind of coming in. I think we did a good job, and it was just the nature of the beast, how it worked. And, next year we could adjust, whatever. But you and I have talked, we didn't start talking football until after baseball was over. So dude, I mean, I'm literally, I don't know if you knew this, you probably didn't. Tomorrow, we're talking on Wednesday. Tomorrow, I'm actually beginning to drop for every single team my game-by-game predictions. I'm getting into my peak now. I'm really getting in my bag now when it comes to from a preseason content perspective. Next week on Overtime Drive, we're going to talk, myself and Cole Thompson, our predicted 12-team playoff. So we've kind of saved some of that, the highest impact, I would say, off-season, preseason, whatever, content. Like you said, though, you can kind of tell the people that they got all that out in July, and these last couple of weeks, they're kind of having to let me dig in my bag and see what I can find. And a lot of it is just kind of nonsense, which, I mean,
it's a lot of nonsense.
It is what it is. It's talk. I mean, it's truly talking season, but
you don't have to get that crazy.
Right. I agree. No, I agree.
Don't get that crazy. I mean, come on.
Yeah. You can tell who they don't want to repeat the same takes, and they're trying to having to try to find new stuff. And sometimes it's not it's just out there. It's very, very out there.
I mean, I guess we also got to throw out there that, man, our last week's show kind of got clipped and went out there pretty viral.
Dude, we do need to address that off the rip. A couple clips. That's why I said sports related, non-sports related. Mm-hmm. Start with the sports related.
You don't want to start with the sex cult?
We can. I mean, we can. You know what? We actually should, because I think we're going to spend more time talking about your thing. My thing's pretty cut and dry. There were 2 clips I clipped from that. Sometimes, Blake, I got to be honest. Sometimes I kind of feel bad. I'm just I'm really making Blake talk about this nonsense. But you and I have that dynamic where I know you have fun with it, but I'm like,
I think it's funny.
I know Blake wants to just talk football, but I'm like, I'm going to throw this some nonsense at him.
Uh-oh. Chris, can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Well, at least Chris is smiling, I guess. Or maybe it's me. Shit, I don't know. Well, hello, everyone. Chris gonna watch this replay and just be like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, God.
Dude, I don't know what just happened, but the internet just completely went out on mine. I'm literally on my hotspot now, so I'll just clip it out. It's fine.
Okay, all good.
Okay. We're back from technical issues. All right. Sometimes the internet just goes out on you whenever it wants to. So shout out to who is my internet provider? That tells you a lot. I think it's AT&T. Anyways, technology is great until it isn't. Like I was saying, Blake. So we had some viral moments last week. The whole sex cult conversation. But first we had if you're on a dating app in Nashville, get off. That one went crazy on TikTok. Like TikTok is it go viral platform. I had people, bunch of girls commenting about preach, yes, like, whatever. That was funny. And then the sex cult thing. Sex cult clip, which there's a follow-up on the sex cult. But posted to socials, whatever, and the owners of said run club, fitness club, Stride Social Club, they loved it. People were commenting. You saw the comments. Everybody's like, I'm in the coolest sex club in Nashville. It didn't deter anybody. It didn't deter any. They're sharing it on their story, like the business page. And I mean, yeah. So anyways, so that all happens. Turns out they're throwing another event. Get this. You're going to get a laugh at this. They're going ham this weekend. I don't know what got in the air, but dude, so normally they just do the run and then like a hangout after. Blake, this is what they're doing this weekend. Saturday, they're doing a brunch of sorts. It's not even like a run. It's just a brunch. I'm like, okay, that's kind of different. Sunday, they are doing the run in the morning, 11 to 3, but it's 11 o'clock it starts. The run, which ends at Barstool. We talked about this. It ends at Barstool on Broadway. Then they are doing a pool party at night from 6 to 10 o'clock at the same place they did it a few weeks ago. It's like a full weekend. I'm like, I don't know if I can commit to all this, but brunch, run, pool.
Sex cult.
I'm like, now I'm kind of like, this feels like an indoctrination of sorts. Like this really, like this feels. I feel like I'm going to show up to like the brunch or the something, and they're going to be like in robes with candles.
Oh, if they I mean, they might very well be, and you hear some satanic music going on.
They're all wearing black, but it's not just like workout.
The first part of the video. Well, the first part of the video is a very attractive young lady in a bikini. Don't stop telling me it's a run club. Right? Like, I mean, stop telling me it's a run. You're trying to get people there so you get a very attractive young lady in the beginning of it. We've been in media a long time, okay? I know what you're doing. It's number one. Number two, there's only two type of people that eat brunch. Rich white women and people in a sex cult. So I don't really want to hear anything about like, okay? So there's layers to this.
Two types.
There's only two types of people that eat brunch. Okay.
Well, I'm not a rich white woman, so
no, but you're in a sex cult. So I mean, again, there's only two types of people, and unfortunately, you found your way because of a harmless introduction to a run club. Like, hey man, I'm just going to throw this out there. In the late 60s, early 70s. I used to hear of things of my parents' day where these people in the country club used to have what they call the key club.
Yeah.
Okay. And you would exchange keys and you would just switch partners. And I'm like, what in the satanic, non-biblical stuff is going on here? I mean, unity is between you and one woman or you and one man. Being a part of sex cult, man. I mean, listen, I had more people, my wife included, say, oh, do you want to join the sex cult with Chris? I'm like, clearly I'm in the video saying I don't want to join his sex. I'm making fun of his sex cult. So, I mean, look, by the way, I'm at LSU football practice this week. Multiple people walking up to me asking, hey, are you going to join the sex cult? And I think one of the media members.
What are we doing?
One of the members, I think that was that practice. Actually, I think texted you said, and said you had talked to him who had talked about it. So, I mean, listen, I don't really think it's a sex cult. But regardless, I do think that there's some sketchy things that are going on. You know, we got to get some answers here. But in all honesty,
Blake,
look,
it may not be a sex cult, but somebody's having sex with somebody. No doubt. No doubt. I mean, we can agree on that.
well, Chris, you know, the funny thing was that whole scandal, like what happened with CrossFit, right? Like there's more married couples cheating if they both go to CrossFit or one goes to CrossFit.
It used to be cycling. That was the bad thing.
Cycling
classes.
Right. Used to be big. Again, I'm not indoctrinating myself into that. I go to 3 places: the Holy Biblical Church, football practice, and to a podcast. You ain't going to get me slipping. Even with
you ain't catching me slacking.
Even with Latinas, you're just not going to see me. You're not going to see me slacking. I'm not going to do it. I'm not putting myself in that situation.
Dude,
but
I forgot. I did want to start this show by asking you, say, Blake, I got a question for you. Would your wife think she saw you taking a picture with
Latinas? She did bring it up. So listen, I have a business phone that my daughter Jewel uses to watch like YouTube Kids. Mm-hmm. And so when we're in Omaha and you know, we're hanging out and there's a picture of me with Bo the dog, Bo Curiel, and my wife's like, "Oh, you're around the dog?" I'm like, "Yeah, you know, we saw the Curiels, whatever." And all of my photos go to my business phone too, because if I'm on my business phone and I got to, you know, something reporting wise pops off, I just have them on both phones. Well, my daughter likes going through photos, and I'm like, there's nothing that I saved that's inappropriate or anything, you know. Mm. But you get pictures with, you know, people that are out there and they see, and that's an interesting whole, you know, this is an all season topic. How is it, you know, translating and going through media with a wife, you know, and people are like asking you for stuff and going through this. And it's like, yeah, I mean, it's Bo Curiel, you know, like the most famous person in Omaha right now. So anyway, so look, I don't think it's a sex cult, but you can't be going to pool parties during a run club and having brunch and start convincing the world that you don't, you know, there's not some things going on.
To me, it's the adding on the brunch on Saturday also. That's interesting to me. That I was like, you're like taking up my whole weekend now.
If you're a dude, you can't go to the brunch. You're too desperate if you go to the brunch. All right, newsflash. If you're a dude and you go to the brunch, you're too desperate.
Like you said, it's only for rich white women and those who embrace the fact
that they're in a sex cult.
Yeah.
So I mean,
if you're a dude, you cannot go to the brunch. I love that.
You can't go to the brunch.
I don't know how much that's hilarious. I want to clip that. I don't know if they'd appreciate me clipping that because I'm like deterring people from going. But you do make a valid point. We'll probably just keep that one within the confines of the long form show, but you're not totally wrong there.
You know what you do? You wait until the
you need a hobby, friend. You need shit to do.
Right. I mean, here's the thing. You can clip it after the brunch because then it will be over with.
Like I feel I don't think I'm going, but my God, it'd be the funniest thing ever. Just
you can't
like
go.
A selfie like Blake. I got invited to the brunch.
Chris, I'm literally going to look at you in a completely different light if you go to the brunch. Again, there's white women and there's sex cult, really, you know, high level sex cult members that will be there. I mean, you got to make a decision for yourself. It's like, think about it like this. You're sitting in the pocket in the fourth quarter and a 2-minute drive, and you got to make a decision. Now, if you do go, you can't eat at the brunch because then you're really desperate. Okay. You're trying to really eat and mingle. Okay. And it's probably not the only thing that you're trying to eat. So there also go. And you said right after.
No pause.
No pause. I mean, again. Pause. So, yeah, going completely viral on this past week.
Yeah, and there will be more of it. By the way, side note before we get into your viral clip, which is obviously of the sports and college football nature. I did funny moment. Obviously, guys, like Blake mentioned, college football is less than essentially 3 weeks away. Ruffino and Joe shows, I mean, all of our shows are rocking and rolling, but Ruffino and Joe show is in mid-season form, I would argue. Blake, it's funny because I was watching y'all's Big Ten preview. I don't remember exactly what was said, but Joe said something about or something like that. Didn't give a full on, but I looked at you and you're like, like a subtle pause. You just kind of let him. You just kind of let him keep going.
Hey, your internet's really bad. You were really choppy. I didn't hear you.
Hold on. Let me see. You got me now, Blake.
There we go.
This might still be bad. So we're back from technical issues again. So funny enough, Blake, it's Xfinity I have for my internet because I go on the Xfinity app. Your home internet is offline due to an outage being fixed in your area.
Oh.
So we're just going to fight today. We'll have to fight. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Big Ten.
Even saying.
Big Ten pause to Joe.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Ruffino and Joe, Big Ten. Joe said something. You kind of put in a subtle pause. I think you wanted to let him finish his point, but he was talking about something like balls or something. I don't know, but love a good pause. It's pause season.
I mean,
there's at least one good pause in every show. I feel like y'all have.
Yeah, I mean, but none worse than I don't know this gentleman's name, but was on Twitter yesterday. It looks like he's a Texas fan.
Oh, good, Kyle Umlong. Yeah.
Yeah, Long. Yeah, that sounds about right. Talking about how much he wants meat. I mean, good Lord. Yeah, I mean, look, it is, prediction season. Chris, we did do the SEC, we'll do the ACC tonight. So, we'll get to there. But, yeah, always a good Paul. Joe always says something that's pause-worthy.
So on that note, Blake, the viral moment that came from you last week, and this wasn't even from this show, actually. This was from the LSU football season preview we did. And you and I obviously talked about a ton. If you haven't watched it, check it out. Really good stuff. We discussed the week 1 game at Clemson. I somehow, some way just have a knack for finding the right clip when it comes to Blake Ruffino. Because every time Blake Ruffino and I talk football and I clip it, some shit hits the fan and shit goes viral. And, buddy, did it ever? For those who do not know the clip I am referencing, Blake Ruffino essentially goes on air and challenges LSU. Bring the physicality, set the tone, punch somebody in the face. To quote you, Blake, essentially you said, I'm paraphrasing a little, but Garrett Nussmeier, first play, should pull it, run right at TJ Parker and hit him in the fucking mouth. That's exactly what you said. I think most people understand, though, what you were saying. Hey, let's line up and set a tone off the first snap. From the moment we step on the field.
Correct.
Clemson fans have had a field day. I saw this morning, or maybe yesterday morning, a Clemson account posted it. It's got over like 2,000 likes. Who knows how many views it has. Other accounts have been sharing it. It's been pulled off of TikTok. It's been pulled off of Twitter, Instagram. I mean, you go on you went on a Baton Rouge TV station and they're referencing it, talking about it. My friend, what has your last week been? Yes, what has your last week been like with, again, I think you and I, like, you probably saw the clip when I posted it and you were like, yeah, that's probably going to move the needle a little bit, but we just never see it coming the way it does. That clip has gone, you know, whatever your definition of viral is, everybody's got a different one, but that clip, I will venture to say, has gone pretty viral.
Do you know what happened the last time that I went viral on the show about a sports take? It was about SEC scheduling. And I said in there that LSU is the pinnacle of college baseball. You had massive accounts that were out there telling people to stop following us because we're lunatics. You had a lot of people saying that I was scared and running away, but which I don't have any idea what that meant at the current moment. And then LSU goes out there and wins a national title. I do this for a living. It had nothing to do with Clemson. It's about the physicality of what LSU has got to bring when the ball is snapped in week one. Chris, they haven't won an opening game since Joe Burrow's been here. They took it and ran with it like, oh, he's taking a shot at TJ Parker. I literally said in the clip, to set the tone, line up and run somebody through somebody's face mask. Stop the pity-pat bullshit. Clearly that meant LSU, and run through somebody's face. Well, they've been tagging me and everything, and I said, I've asked every one of them, and I kind of ignored most of them, you know, because it just doesn't bother me. And I'm like, okay, tell me what I said that you disagree with. TJ Parker's going to kill Garrett Nussmeier. I was like, where did I say that he wouldn't? What I said is to get respect, Garrett's got to show that he'll run the football. Because if you know anything about LSU and what happened a season ago, no one respected him in the running game. Thank you for all of you that overreacted and showed me that you don't know what you're talking about. Because you literally in your debate show me that you don't know what you're talking about. So, again, it's about setting the tone. Really and truthfully, they've been coming into our live shows talking all kinds of craziness. It doesn't bother me. Oh, man.
That's why I didn't
I
didn't realize that.
Oh, buddy, in the live shows, it has been absolutely insane, the fight between LSU and Clemson fans.
Hey,
I will
drive those numbers up, dog.
Hey, you're getting me paid more money. I mean, I don't know. So thank you in a way. And you know, we don't really limit what people say unless you get very chaotic. You know, like you got to say some really crazy stuff. I mean, the last time a fan base did this was Alabama when they came in there in 2022. So, continue. I mean, but yes, you do have a knack for finding a very viral clip, but it doesn't stop the fact for me, like none of it stops. Like I'm not doubling down on any of it. Run through his face mask. Like run away from him. Get yardage. Get respect. So I'm not doubling down on shit.
To give some perspective, Blake, that clip is at 46.5 thousand views on TikTok. And again, it's like, that's just, you know, so you hear that number and it's a large number, but like, guys, that doesn't even, like the amount of times that video has been saved off of TikTok and reused. That's the crate. Like, again, Blake, I think it's Clemson All CFB or All CFB Clemson. And I tagged you in it. I know you're not like a huge Instagram guy. I'd imagine your Instagram comments are just a mess because I know they're tagging you.
Oh, I'm not on Instagram. I mean,
the only reason you get on Instagram is when I'd like, hey, Blake, collab with this.
Or my wife sends me or tags me in one of our kids' photos. You know, like I don't get on Instagram. Well, Chris, I don't get on Facebook. Like I literally, when we post everything, the only app that I get on is YouTube and Twitter.
Yeah. I'll get on Facebook just to post, which I do. We're about to hit 100,000 followers on Facebook. You believe that shit? Isn't that crazy? Facebook's wild, dude. Kind of a side note. People don't realize Facebook, how much opportunity there still is with Facebook. I mean, dude, I've been doing a lot more. I'm sure you've seen it, Blake, a lot more like green screen kind of reaction stuff. Like I'm just doing a lot more stuff that's kind of really focused on short form, right? Like outside of just our clips from our shows. Dude, I did like a green screen reaction. Like, hey, here's my really quick, USA Today coaches poll dropped. Here's what I think's overrated, underrated, like who I'd move. Like that clip is at like 60,000 views on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, like people don't realize Facebook still pops like that. Facebook really pops.
Yeah, 1,000%. I mean,
yeah.
I post on the main three or the main four, Twitter, Instagram, all that. Like I post or we post. I'm not on them.
Right.
You know, why do I need to be on them? I'm not. I mean, Chris, for me, I heard Joe Rogan say this one time, and I think because early in my career, I have a bad thing of reacting. You know, like if you're going to call me out, I'm not going to back down from you. You know, so what I've done is I just turn it all off.
Yeah.
Like I'm not, and you got to. I will engage with the fan base. I feel like for me, I engage with them more than anybody. I do a question and comment section thing every night. Mm. You know, like I don't think anybody talks to the fan base from the media perspective with a massive following more than I do, really. Mm-hmm. But there also comes a point in time where unless you're in the live show or I'm not engaging with you. So I've just taken a step back and just like, man, listen, good, bad, or indifferent, I don't want to know.
Yeah, you know, when I first started, I tried to engage and respond to every single comment because I was like, hey, I'm trying to build community and build a fan base and whatever. And it served well for a while, but you have to at some point for a couple reasons. Number one, you just realistically, like if you try to respond to every comment, that's all you do. You wouldn't get anything done. But yeah, the second reason, like you said, Blake, is you stop doing that because number one, there are more effective channels to do that. Like again, your live show and people jump in and ask questions. But number two, you have to sift through so much of the nonsense chaos. It's not worth you spending your mental energy on or your time. So for me, like I very rarely respond. If I do, it's really got to be a comment that like catches my attention, if you will. And I'm the same way as you. I use social media as a tool more than anything. I mean, that's what it is. Social media is a tool for us. I mean, it's
not where we go to hang out.
No, it's not where you go to hang out. So, but yeah, it's
and another thing I would just say in the viral clip space or whatever you want to call it. Okay, but I took 30 minutes on a Saturday after practice when they're tagging me and everything. And I went after Clemson fans. That post got like, it's like 375,000 views, just my responses, one response to them. And I'm like, okay, I asked this dude, I'm like, when's the last time you played football? He goes, what does that matter? I'm like, when is the last time that you played football? Oh, good. Okay, well, you haven't played. So you don't understand the logic of when Nick Saban or Brian Kelly or Kirby Smart goes out there and says, they are not more physical than you. LSU's got to gain respect. Okay. There are parts of this or like, it's just chatter by fan bases. One of the media people got into it with me and very large account. I've actually brought him on. And he's like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm like, tell me what a 3 technique is. Tell me what a 3 tech is. And there's no response. Again, Chris, what's so crazy to me is here's what happens. Okay. Just like what happened in the baseball schedule take. All of a sudden, the baseball schedule take was a big deal 4 months after I had it. Right. If Garrett Nussmeier and LSU win in 3 weeks and he runs the football while he's under pressure and he gets yards and actually doesn't just freak out when he's inside the pocket and LSU finds a way to win.
We'll come back to it.
Oh, you know, I got that son of a bitch.
I know. I know.
You know, listen, I got that son of a bitch bookmarked.
That's what I love the pettiness. You have the pettiness, not to an unhealthy way.
Hold on.
But
first
to prove
off,
a point.
The one in January, I went from January until freaking June to wait and bookmark that thing. Okay, I had to go through so much. I was ready. As soon as Chase Shores threw a 102-mile-an-hour sinker, the post was already made. I was ready. Vengeance comes best to those who wait.
It's a dish served cold.
Dish served cold. Again, if LSU wins, mark my words. If LSU wins, it's because 13 or maybe new number 18 finds ways inside that pocket. Yeah, I don't say that lightly. runs and finds ways to pick up first downs with his feet because he is athletic enough to do it. Just don't get up in there. Again, TJ, they freak out because of the thing with TJ Parker and the shots and Brian Kelly and Death Valley Jr. Who gives a shit? I mean, we're going to play the game anyway, and we're going to go find out.
We're going to find out soon. Like you said, that 18 thing, is that happening, you think?
Say that again?
The 18?
I don't know. I'm just kind of throwing it out there. I just don't know who else they give it to, really, if I'm just being real. I think that unless you give it to like Chris Hilton or somebody, I don't know who else they give it to.
Mm-hmm. Boy, that'd be a big headliner.
You know, the last times you won national titles, everything can be divided from 18 or multiplied into 18 when LSU's got a quarterback. 9, 18. What's 9 divided by 2? 18, or 9 times 2, 18. We'll see. I just don't know who else they could give it to, really. I don't know if there's anybody else really deserving, really, to get number 18 than Garrett. So, I mean, again, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know who they give it to, right? Like, I mean, he's the one that stands out, and I think it'd mean a lot to him. And look, I'll say this. I mean, to Garrett's point, I think he's shown a lot of maturity through the first 7 days of camp. I mean, running the football, not turning the ball over. Oh, who would have ever thought Garrett Nussmeier's looking great at camp? Oh, why? Well, he's turning the ball over once, and Harold Perkins baited him, and he picked it off. We got one pick. I mean, again, Garrett comes out there in the Netflix documentary and talks about I got to get my turnovers down. Blake Ruffino says it, and I hate the kid. Speaking of the Netflix doc,
feels pretty obvious. Yeah, speaking of the Netflix doc, early thoughts. I will say, for those who maybe haven't watched it yet or you're not all the way through it,
spoiler alert,
guys, SEC Unfiltered's all over it. I mean, we are, and this is something I knew for a while, but Blake, you know that they used, whether it being audio or video, 99 seconds of our content.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, that's a ton. It's a ton. Yeah, a lot of audio hits. We get some FaceTime, I think like 2 or 3 times. My guy Cole Thompson got an audio overlay in it talking about Mississippi State. So we're featured a lot more in the back end of the documentary than the front end. But starting with episode 3, yeah, you can hear and see SEC video. It's really cool, man. I mean, it's really awesome. But
yeah, I'm sure it's a big deal for you because it's a Netflix doc on the SEC where you're all over it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's I've kept my cool about it, but I'm going to go through today actually and put together a montage of, well, I guess if I can get internet, a montage of all the spots that we're in there and just kind of put it all together.
Right.
It's really dope. I mean, dude, like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, me would have been freaking out. I mean, not that I'm internally.
Today you should be freaking out.
No, I mean, I am. It's kind of surreal a little bit. It's really, really cool. I mean, it is. Yeah, we are featured in Netflix's documentary of SEC football. And again, I've been talking with them for like the last 3 or 4 months. I was kind of interested. They didn't use any of the tour vlog content. That was surprising. But they had so much of their own on-field footage. I don't think they really needed it.
Yeah,
but
they didn't
used a lot of our content to like set the scene for games and
and maybe some of the time that you rush the field, you just don't realize that it's your content and you're
there's definitely some in there. Like, for example, episode number 1, you would have never known this. But there's a shot of Diego Pavia's, I think that's either his brother or his cousin, and he's got the chain, he's got like the longhorn around it. That's our video.
Okay, see, there you go.
Couple episodes later, there's it's actually Ghost of Aggie Football or whatever on Twitter. I met that guy in person in College Station, and he gave me the thumbs. Like, I had him in the vlog, gave the thumbs up. That's in.
There you go.
Episode 4 or something. But like, you would never know that's SEC Unfiltered video. But like, I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely from the vlog. So, and they also sent me a full on like breakdown of where everything is. But yeah, pretty cool, man. I'm curious your thoughts, bro. I mean, we got to see episode 1 at SEC Media Days. I told you you'd like episode 1. I think you said you're like 4 episodes in. We won't give any spoilers if you haven't watched it because it literally just came out yesterday. But I will say before we got going, and I don't think this is a spoiler. One thing you mentioned, I think they definitely could have just done this. I don't know why they didn't just go in chronological order. Like one episode is from the end of the season, the next episode's from week 3, the next episode jumps back to week 10. It's like, all you have to do is just switch you know what I mean? It wouldn't have messed up the story or anything. I don't know why they
even the whole Florida situation. I mean, you're building a story, and then all of a sudden you give me 25 seconds of how it ended. Why didn't you go through the perseverance? You showed all the bullshit with Billy Napier. You showed none of the success with him. Like, again, I'm not trying to – the only one that I've seen so far that was like, okay, this is any given Saturday is when Tennessee goes down to Arkansas and loses, and Bama goes up to Nashville and loses, which we know that those two things happen, so that's not a spoiler alert.
That's a big episode for us, by the way. Big episode.
Yeah, big episode for y'all. But even in that, like, that did set the SEC apart especially from Bama's perspective of not getting into the playoff.
Yeah. Okay.
So you could talk about any given Saturday, but they're jumping all over the place. Yeah. Like, for example, you know, you're giving me a 10-second rendition of what happened from LSU from week 2. You missed the Ole Miss game, which you had a massive opportunity to do. You miss for South Carolina. You miss Warri's pick 6, like any given Saturday. Chris, that game gets them into the playoff.
Yeah, that is one where I'm sure, Blake, the SEC is like, hey, you want to keep up a good relationship with us? Don't put our refs on blast.
Oh, I don't. Well, then you can't do a documentary,
right?
You know, like then I mean, I get what you're saying, but then you don't do a documentary justice. Right. I'm not saying it's a bad documentary. I don't think it's a bad documentary. But you remember how the Florida documentary was built a couple of years ago, how it was coming out like, oh, we're getting all behind the scenes of how crazy that those teams were with Hernandez.
Yeah, it didn't. No.
And it didn't. I kind of feel like it was way too overhyped. And listen, yeah, you could have gone in chronological order, I guess. I mean, I guess it sucks if you're like Vandy. But, I mean, it just gets to a point where, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Probably the most, and maybe this is a little bit of a spoiler, but probably the most hilarious from our perspective, Blake, part of the documentary is the fact that, and this is where your boy got some serious FaceTime. Really, myself, Dave, and Cole all did, but I'm the one talking. And so it is at the very beginning of episode 5. So you are literally about to see it.
Yep.
And so South Carolina is a focal point of this documentary. They're actually in it a ton. But it's them, and I said no spoilers, but who gives a damn? Beginning episode 5 is South Carolina is about to go to Bama. And I'm literally talking about South Carolina, Blake, saying, I just don't trust their 11 on offense right now to go out and win you a football game.
And they didn't.
And they didn't. I was right because I was like, oh, my God, if I said this before like the A&M game and they won, I'm definitely never going to hear the end of it. Because there's the screen. Like, for anybody who knows my background, you understand why this is hilarious and significant. And also I was like, oh, my God. Oh, Jesus. They're just – because there's even a screenshot. Somebody tags me in yesterday, and it's like, look at SEC Unfiltered. And literally it's me talking and the caption, like the words on the screen – I don't trust South Carolina's 11 on offense. I'm like, this could end poorly. Like, I got to imagine there were some very infuriated people across the Palmetto State when they saw my face and heard my voice on that documentary, which –
oh, I bet.
To hell with them. I mean, really, to hell with them. I don't give a damn. It's kind of like – I mean, listen, Blake, we were just talking about being petty. I'm going to have a lot of humility. I just believe in, like, you're better off being humble. But I can assure you there's a part of me that wants to post all of our montage of being in the documentary and be like, how you like us now? How you like me now? I mean, you know, how you like me now? How about it?
Yeah.
How about it?
I don't
But the fact they chose that like segment, that made me laugh. I was like, good God. Of course.
You got to a place where, I mean, you couldn't trust their 11 offensively because they couldn't finish. I mean, Bama, man, they just gave the game away. Like they were giving the game away.
Mm-hmm.
Look, again, you get to a place where I don't like how some documentaries are cut. Like you're trying to make somebody look bad in a way and build a story, and then you're leaving out some of the big parts of it.
Yeah, again, I just think they could have not jumped around as much. You'll like the end, though. The end of it's good. Solid.
Okay. I mean,
it's especially interesting with the playoff conversation.
Why is that?
Well, it just shows Shane Beamer talking about it and them not getting in, and it shows Tennessee getting in and going to Ohio State. It actually follows them pretty closely in that game, and obviously they got murdered. But yeah. It's just interesting. I mean, it's I mean, listen, is it a perfect documentary? No, but I mean, it's something. It's something in early August. I mean, we'll take it.
Right. I mean, look, it's good to watch. It's fun to watch. I actually kind of agree with Danny Cannell in some ways. I don't mind looking and watching some behind the scenes stuff. But I also man, you need to come out with this in like January or February or March or whenever. Like, don't do it a month before the season because, Chris, I mean, less than a month before the season. Like, I know it takes a lot to do that. For the LSU fan perspective, they already do LSU Gold, so you see it like literally the next week, right? So all this stuff that's like in there with Whit Weeks and all that stuff, you've already seen every bit of it, right? Like, I mean, pretty much every bit of it because they do behind the scenes anyway.
I really like getting a behind the scenes look at the coaches. I think it made them more relatable, to be honest with you. They felt like more human to me. Hearing a guy cuss a guy and I don't know. This felt more relatable.
Yeah, I mean, it is relatable. Like in some of the stuff, like you saw the Pavia and Eli Stowers situation in one of the episodes, how he got to his journey. I think it gives an idea about the work ethic from Pavia. And then, I just think the best one that I've seen so far was the Pavia situation with more of Clark Lee, really. But again, see, here's the thing. You built all of that up for a team that went 6-6. Oh, things are changing. Okay, I get it. It's Vandy. But if you're going to compare to like where they're going, what's going on, I think we paint these false narratives in a way. If they would have been 8-4, you can be like, all right, man, they're turning the path. Brother, they lost to Georgia, Rudy Putek. I mean, like, I'm glad they beat Bama. It's a big deal. They almost beat Missouri. It's a big deal. But at the same time, they went 2-10 a year ago, right? Like, Chris, they've won 8 games in 2 years. 8.
Yeah.
So, this is the turning point. Vandy's on the come up. No. Let's get a winning season first.
Hey, Clark Lee says they're going to be the best program in the country.
Yeah. And Carmen Electra is going to be on my side at the end of all of this. Yeah, I mean, like, just some things aren't going to be true.
Yeah. I'd probably give it a B+. I mean, I think it was solid.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, I like seeing a lot of the people in there. I mean, why you brought in a Big Ten guy to talk about the SEC is a little bit beyond me. But, again, I thought it was good. You got to see some stuff. I think that they should have done a little bit. It's their first rendition of it. They keep doing it. They probably will get better with it, and we'll just, we'll go from there. But It's after the first couple episodes of how it went down. I'm like, it's not burning me to watch it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. Blake, let's go ahead and put a pin in it. I know we're struggling with the my internet issues today. There's a lot of topics that I've got in my back pocket, but I want to save them for next week, and we're not fighting the Wi-Fi. So good stuff. That was a good show. It was a good show. Again, appreciate you all tuning in. Really good stuff. Blake Ruffino, AYS Sports. Of course, I'm Chris Phillips, SCM Filter. Guys, it's football season. Make sure you check out all the content that Blake's doing over at AYS, Ruffino and Joe Show. It's that time of year, at least for me, where Ruffino and Joe Show is essentially a daily listen, a daily tune in. Certainly will be that way when we get into the season. There's very few shows that I actually tune into. So, yeah, you guys do as good a job, if not a better job, than anybody else out there. Guys, before we get out of here, I do want to tell you about our friends over at FanDuel, because as always, we're brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. FanDuel Sportsbook, here to help you make every moment more. The app is safe, secure, and super easy to use. Already have an account? FanDuel Sportsbook offers great promotions every day to all users, like Profit Boost tokens, new features like Parlay Hub, build your own same-game parlay, or choose from one of the popular SGPs already made for you in the Parlay Hub. If you haven't signed up yet, go to FanDuel.com/SECU to learn more. That's FanDuel.com/SECU, and get in on the action with offers you won't want to miss. Guys, again, college football, college basketball, NFL, NHL, NBA, MLB, fight night, whatever it is, you can bet on it. Props, parlays, totals, spreads, you name it, FanDuel's got it. So again, FanDuel.com/SECU to get that $250 deposit bonus when you win your first $5 bet. Guys, once again, this has been To Your Point, episode number 14. Appreciate y'all rocking and rolling with us, and again, rolling with the punches as well. Make sure, as always, you like, subscribe, turn on notifications, check us out via podcast, wherever you get your podcast. You can also find us across all social media platforms, as well as our website, secunfiltered.com. For Blake Ruffino, I'm Chris Phillips. This is To Your Point. Y'all have a great rest of your week. We'll talk to you all next week. Cheers.